Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me, as always, is Randy. What up, Randy?
Oh, this is going to be fun. So here's what's going on, folks. I'm just going to lay it out. Our laptop took a crap, as you know, and we brought a guest on today that we will announce here in a second, and our third mic isn't working. So Martelle is currently sitting...
In the background!
No, he's sitting very much in my foreground. We are... You know when people ride motorcycles, it reminds me of when people say you're riding nut to butt, except we're kind of nut to nut.
Yeah, we are. Can't wait.
So you may hear Martelle in the background yelling because I'm here today. I've had an awful morning, but I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to introduce somebody here. This is a good acquaintance of mine. No, he's a good guy. He's a good buddy. Aaron Shipe is here from another podcast, college football Deep breath.
You got it.
It's going to be rough. It's called the Tim and Shipe Show. It's a college football podcast, and so we're going to give that a shout out right off the bat. You guys have to go listen to him. The thing I love about him is Shipe is a huge Buckeye fan, like I am, and then Tim is a giant Florida Gators fan. And of course, with the history of Ohio State and Florida, and with Urban Meyer and the championship game and whatnot, there's a lot of history there. But they give a complete breakdown of games each week. They pick games versus the spread, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they have a bet going on. The loser has to buy a jersey for the other guy's team and wear it.
Yeah.
So they have to pay out of pocket for a jersey of a team they don't like.
Yeah.
And right now, Shipe is losing, right?
Down by 2. I have to look and see. I don't know. It could be worse after this last week. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So they were going to have me on. I said, hey, why don't you come on ours? And we're driving out today. And it's kind of like, so what's it about? And I was just like, nothing. We just get together and chat. And then we get here and have computer problems and
Always something.
always something.
Always something.
I may just have to say everything you say.
It's definitely part of having an unscripted show.
Yes. Very much unscripted. So Shipe, where can folks listen to your podcast?
Yeah, thanks, Brandy. People can listen to our podcast really anywhere podcasts can be found. iTunes, Spotify, really anywhere. We're not on SoundCloud, but anywhere else you can find podcasts, you can find the Tim and Shipe Show.
There you go. So Spotify and iTunes are very easy. Mm-hmm. Most people have at least one of those. But look them up on Facebook. I follow on Facebook,
Yep.
and I realized that they talked. I'd replied to one of their shows by posting on their Facebook. I told them I'm going to listen to your show someday. It just happened to be like 5 weeks into the season.
Right.
So as I'm listening, I'm typing this response and didn't realize I wrote a very lengthy
Oh, it was a
reply.
book. Yeah.
With chapters, because I replied to every comment, every episode.
No, we loved it.
So, yeah, and then, of course, Tim thought I was hating on him, which I don't. Tim, I love you. But I read back and I was like, oh, yeah, it seems really aggressive. But, yeah, go check that out. That is the Tim and Shipe Show. I'm a huge college football fan, and I can't wait to hear what you guys cover this week.
Yeah, it's really good. We record on Mondays, and then we post them Tuesday morning around 2 a.m. So, yeah, well, before we really get into it, guys, let me say thanks to both of you for having me on. It's an absolute privilege to, get out there, network a little bit. This should be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. When Randy reached out to me and asked me to be on, it was, a delight. So, and, really nice meeting Martelle here, too.
Even though we don't have to listen to him. It's kind of a blessing in disguise.
You guys are lucky today.
We are lucky.
No, it's really good. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, and the best part is Shipe said he's listened to some of ours, and it just, like I said, it's just totally unscripted. We have nothing we do or don't cover. But so I'm going to go give you all a rundown how my day went.
Okay.
So far, we're like halfway through the day, right? So last night, I live in Circleville. This is the first year I've lived in town.
So we got the Pumpkin Festival coming up.
Shut up.
You do that
Pumpkin
on purpose?
Festival. Yeah, he did that on purpose. Which is funny because I was messing with him on Facebook, and he replied to somebody like, don't reply to Randy. Somebody don't know me. Mm-hmm. And it was like, don't talk to him because he just wants to troll. She's from Lancaster?
Yeah, Lancaster.
They can't hear you as well. I win this week. And I was sitting there. It is funny to me because we troll each other. That's all we do.
Sure.
And but yeah, this is the first year we're in town. Like, if I fall off my front porch, I'll smack my face on a Carney booth. And the problem with that is, I don't like people. There's about to be 100,000 people coming to our little town. So last night we just put Huck to bed. We just Judd was laying asleep, our youngest, our newborn, and Beth was pumping, and there's a knock on our door at like 9 o'clock. And I went, here we go. Excuse me. So there's a guy trying to park his booth, and there's a car blocking it, and he was just asking. But I'm anxious to see all the interactions I get by living in Circleville, in Pumpkin Show territory. So that was last night. Well, this morning I get up and stretch my back a little. It was tight. Go in and take a huge dump. First thing, right? Handle business. I'm getting ready to go to church. Oh, that's not TMI. I was Jackson Pollock, just like I said last week. So I go to flush the toilet and nothing happens. I'm like, that's odd. Usually...
Not good. This is
no, this is setting up. This might be too much information, but this is setting up my day. It was an omen. So I get a pitcher, get water from the kitchen, get the toilet to flush. Come to find out, basically, we have no water. Something is going on. Our water shut off. This was 7 in the morning. And I am supposed to be at our church by 7:30. I'm playing, first time playing back on stage since I had surgery and then we had the baby. So I tell Beth, hey, there's no water. I've got to go to Mom and Dad's 10 minutes away, get a shower. Drive out to Mom and Dad's, get my shower, start driving towards church, kill a bird on the way. And then I get to the church and everything is just going down here. Oh, you recording? No.
I'm trying to get a picture, and the damn phone won't take a picture.
Phone won't take a picture. Computer's not working. Mic's not working. So I'm on church, first Sunday back. My tablet shuts off halfway through the set with all the music on it. I'm there. My dad came to visit. Beth's at home with the baby. Huck gets in trouble in class, so I have to walk out, get him, and bring him back in, and it's towards the end of service. I'm supposed to be on stage. So I walk in with the crying kid, hand him to my dad who takes him back out, and I walk on stage so everybody's staring at me. Hundreds of people,
Sure.
you know. So that's how my day's going, and then I come here and this happens. So par for the course.
I was kind of hoping more carnies showed up at your door.
You're hoping, well, I haven't been home. I think we're going to have, well, we have to go outside of town to Mom and Dad's to stay tonight. So I don't know. Carnies could be in my home right now.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. I get back to a bunch of squatters.
That'd be awesome.
So are the carnies getting water, or do I have something to worry about at Pumpkin Show?
I have no idea. I think it's just a pipe in our apartment.
Okay.
That it's old galvanized pipes in the basement.
Yeah.
I think one of those finally just took a crap and clogged worse in my arteries, and that's our issue because it started spitting out rust and sediment.
I'm kind of hoping that they hooked up their water to
And
this.
that's what
That's what I thought happened. I was like, if I go out, there's a bunch of hoses hooked up to this place. And that's why, well, the funny thing is we found out, though, our outside spigots don't even work. Like, they didn't before. So I knew that wasn't the issue. But that was my first thought. Like, did they somehow tap into our water?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where we're at. But, Shipe, you've lived,
I have.
like, in Pumpkin Show or just on the outskirts of where they shut the roads down?
Just right on the outskirts, Mound Street, which is the last street right before Pumpkin Show. Yep.
And you like living there.
I do. Parking's a nightmare, but what I really liked about it was I don't like Pumpkin Show, and I don't like people in a way that you don't.
Right.
But I really love Pumpkin Show food, and so I could go get my food, come home, and watch Netflix. Like, I didn't have to walk around with, like, a chicken leg or, fried
Right.
food. I could just go home, sit on my couch, and eat delicious Pumpkin Show food.
You just give me
It
an
was
idea.
awesome. Yeah.
Imagine living there on the edge of Pumpkin Show, but there's a delivery service like Uber Eats that will walk, get you food, and bring back.
Yep.
We need to start this.
Yep. Yeah.
You should do it. You're down there. Why don't you do it?
Yeah, but I'm down there, but I would eat all the food. Like
Right.
I'd be the
And-
guy like, here's half of your pizza.
The problem is fried food doesn't travel well. So you couldn't.
It travels. It doesn't travel well, but it travels through you well.
It does. Yes.
So-
But you can't reheat fried food. It's terrible.
It travels well for about 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, you
Right.
gotta eat it
and
on
so
the
you got to
go.
eat it
Like,
right
it's-
there.
you
That's
gotta
going to be our
consume it.
Uber issue or Eats issue, whatever.
I bet Circleville got a lot of fat people like me. I bet they'd still eat
Still
it.
go for it.
They're fat and lazy. It's like that
Yeah.
booth's right outside my front door, but if I can pay somebody $5 to bring it to my door,
Yeah.
shoot, I'll just leave the door. I'm like, come on in.
Yeah.
Bring it to my recliner.
But you live right in a pretty good spot. I mean, you got
Yeah.
a lot of good food right there. I think Reuben's right down the road.
There's a
You have
Reuben. There's
the-
fried cheese.
Yeah.
The
Man.
booth I saw last night, the guy was trying to set up, the guy that knocked on my door, which it kind of ticked me off that I called him a carny because I was expecting something carny about him.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be mean when I say carny. I just mean, teeth missing, half of an eye missing, something really weird.
So you do mean to be mean
Absolutely.
when you say carne.
So I picture him like a Joe Dirt.
Sure.
And I go out there, and it's just this normal looking guy. And I was like, well, where are you guys from anyway? Like, what adventures do you see? We're from Dublin.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're an hour north of here. You're in Columbus.
So the guy, I'm gonna kind of blow your mind here. The guy that lives across the street here in this brick house,
Yeah.
he's a carny.
Is he? The one that always puts out trash every day?
No, no, not that guy.
Oh, the one next to
In the
him.
brick house, the really nice brick house. That's
Yeah.
like $500,000 brick house.
Yeah. Oh, they make bank.
Yeah, this guy's a carny.
Okay.
So he owns.
Is he going to be down there?
No, I think he's retired at this point. But he still has a roller coaster in his shed. And when
Why?
I say shed, when I say shed, I'm going to say it's a 40 by
It's a pole
60.
barn. Yeah.
Pole barn.
A roller
and he
coaster and a
used to
pole
do-
barn, and you've never taken me there.
No.
Is it because I don't
Well,
fit?
it's not set up.
Is it a weight problem?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But he did. He had a roller coaster in there at some point. He had something else, another ride.
A nut something
I
else.
don't know what it was. Because they're all folded up. They're for transportation. They're not set up. And then he was doing food concessions.
Nice.
And I think he's on the road now. Because the whole...
Well, how's he retired and on the road?
Well, he's in and out of retirement.
You're not retired. You're
he
part-time.
retired- No. He retired full-time from full-time.
So he
carny
just went to
business.
part-time.
He just went to part-time.
You don't, like, do you retire from being a carny?
Yeah.
I think it's just called quitting.
Well, no, he took about 3 years off.
Like, you don't cash in your 401k or whatever.
About 3 years ago, he took a couple years off, and he's like, "I'm done. I'm retired. Like, I'm good. I'm set for life." And then his kids graduate high school, and he's like,
What do I do?
"I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going to go drive a truck for Big Sandy or for Menards." And he was doing delivery for Menards, and it lasted about 6 months. And he's like, "I'm done with this shit."
Yeah.
And he went and he went back to doing concessions and sold his rides and stuff. So.
Nice.
And I haven't seen him or his wife all summer, so I think they're on the circuit, the carny circuit.
Or they're swingers.
I doubt that, but they
You
work
never
for
know.
Bates Brothers. They're really good friends with Bates Brothers out of Wintersville, Ohio, which is
Nobody knows who that is. You're going way too deep.
No, Bates Brothers is a huge
I
amusement.
want to take the mic back away from you.
Shut up. They're a huge carnival and concessions company out of Wintersville, Ohio. Like they're the ones who do the fair, or they used to do the Fairfield County Fair. They did all the rides,
Gotcha.
and licensing and contracting for all of the concessions and rides for the Fairfield County Fair, and they do a lot of fairs and stuff. That's where I'm from, the area of Ohio.
That's why you're so
Eat
proud.
shit, Randy.
I was just letting you ramble because I guarantee you nobody cares about that part.
I know no one gives a shit.
It's like I'm just going to shut up and let him keep going. So, Shipe, what I want to ask you,
Yep.
what's the best food at Pumpkin Show? Because we're going to tell
good
people
question.
this is going to air
donuts.
Tuesday
No.
night. So this will be right as Pumpkin Show's like opening Wednesday. People will be listening to this.
Yeah. Bourbon chicken
Yes.
on Scioto Street is always really
That's
good.
the best one.
Yeah. And
You're just talking bourbon and chicken. That's two
Chicken.
different things.
yeah.
I had bourbon and pork.
Bourbon and pork. Yeah,
you go.
Martelle's drinking his Virgil Kaine.
Ginger bourbon.
So you're a ginger bourbon. So you say bourbon chicken.
Yeah, and then I always like fried Oreos.
Okay, hold on. As somebody that's 3 times the man you are, and I mean that only strictly by size comparison and no
Sure.
other way. That sounds disgusting to me.
Deep fried Oreos?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Those for Buckhorn bites.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. We'll try them.
Yeah, you got to try
salsa
them.
on them.
They, I mean, do you like Oreos and milk?
Yeah, I love Oreos.
Okay.
Just the deep frying seems
it's
like
great.
something fat people do, and I'm a fat person, and
No,
I don't.
The Oreos
know.
get soft, like when you dip them in milk.
Okay.
And then the breading on the outside, it's awesome. They put powdered sugar, deep fried cookie dough. It's
I'm gonna have to try one now. Now that I talked about it.
Yeah.
Get you a deep fried sneaker.
A deep fried sneaker,
Yeah.
like shoe,
Yeah.
just a chew one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you don't have a mic.
But that bourbon chicken, the stand on Scioto Street, the reason I go to that one is because they actually have a spicy chicken.
I didn't
They
know
don't
that.
do just bourbon. They also have a spicy chicken, and I absolutely love it. But I may not be able to do it this year. I've been choking down antacids like they're Skittles because I've been getting heartburn like crazy. It's
You got to take
horrible.
Prilosec every night before you go to bed.
I've actually switched. It's not Prilosec. I'm taking, I don't know. It's like a see-through one. It has a bunch of beads in it. Nexium, I think.
I think those are marbles. I think you're taking marbles. That might be why you have heartburn.
No, I think it's Nexium, and I don't know. They seem to be working. They take a few days.
He's over here like taking birth control or something. Got heartburn, but I'm not pregnant, so hey. Yeah, I think Nexium is the one with the little.
Yeah, you can see through them.
Looks like I think it's just styrofoam.
something.
There's little styrofoam balls. So bourbon chicken, deep fried Oreos. Beth always has to get cheese on a stick, but she's got a certain booth.
Yep, me too.
And it used to be right in front of where we live, but they've moved it, which is inconvenient now that we live there. It's not. But I like the bourbon chicken. I didn't know about the spicy. Our church booth does pumpkin pizza.
That's good
Which
dessert.
sounds,
It's a dessert.
Martelle
pizza.
gave us a
It's
look.
really good.
It's more of a dessert pizza. It's not savory. They do the guy that makes actually brought us some dinner last night. He does. It's like a pumpkin pie filling. It's the sauce. It's not. Yeah.
Have you ever
They
had
do use
the
cheese
dessert
on it.
pizza at CC's?
There are no CC's around here.
Not anymore. There were.
Yeah.
There used to be one in Pickerington. That would have been the closest one.
Yeah, Pickerington or Hilliard.
Uh,
But yeah, it's a dessert pizza.
It's a dessert pizza with. It's like the one at CC's, but with pumpkin flavor.
They do pumpkin
Super
pop,
good. Yeah.
which sounds disgusting
Yeah.
until you try it. It's really good. But the cool thing I like about our booth is they do everything for $1.
I do like that.
So it's like you get your pumpkin pizza, or they do Buckeyes that are about the size of like a tennis ball almost. Like they're huge, pumpkin Buckeyes, and everything's $1. And the pumpkin show committee or whatever tried to get them to raise prices because other vendors were like, "Well, people aren't coming to buy my $8 sandwich because they can get pizza for $1 a slice."
Yeah.
And he was just like, because I guess I didn't know, but you have to tell them what you're selling, and if somebody else sells that, they may not even let you in. So if a vendor's
Makes
looking
sense.
to join,
Yeah.
but he was like, we sell pizza, they sell like hot dogs. It's not even the same thing. So yeah, they keep everything $1, which I think is cool. What about rides? Do you do rides?
No, I refuse. They just seem too sketchy. I
don't
think they're
blame you.
rusty. It's like the mechanical version of the person that you expected at your door. Like it's like this
a
ride's got
mechanical
teeth
Joe Dirt.
missing. This ride's got It's
When you get on it and parts fall off.
Yeah.
It's like when you finish working on a car and you got like 3 bolts left over.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
exactly.
they give me extras.
That's fine. Just throw
Except
them.
you're on a ride, you see the 3 bolts fall out, and they're like, it's extras.
Yeah.
Crank it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let Huck do some of the kiddie rides because I'm like, he's traveling 3 mile an hour and he's 2 feet off the ground. He'll be fine. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't, the big boat, the zipper,
Yeah. No.
I don't want to die in a cage that I barely fit in. I feel like that would be would be a funny way to go, I guess. I want people to laugh when I die. That's my goal. I want people to, like, we haven't seen Randy in 10 years, and they travel from out of state and ask Beth, like, how'd he die? I want the story to be so funny that people are laughing at my funeral. And I also said I wanted to be, I said, just put me in like a Buckeye t-shirt or jersey, but cut the nipples out, because whenever people come to see me, I want them to laugh one last time. Like, that's my goal in life.
Like, and they say, "Oh, that's Randy," or something. Like
Like, of course he'd have his
Randy.
nipples out when he
Right,
dies.
Right.
I tried to get Beth to cremate me because I found out you can be putting 2 different, mixed with gunpowder and putting in different bullets. Like, just cremate me and put me in some shotgun shells and...
I should just leave you sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, she put me on a shelf and just throw them away. They're ashes. My body's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not. I'm looking forward to being able to literally go, I want this for dinner, and just walk outside and get it. Mm-hmm. But I know I'm going to spend way too much money this week.
Yeah, we budget throughout the year for pumpkin show.
Your wife loves pumpkin show, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another reason I liked having you on this week, because she's one of those people that my Facebook feed's all pumpkin show, from her, Jenna, who lives just across the street from us. These people live for pumpkin show. And I don't get it, because it's literally just a fair. It's any other fair, you know, but they don't see it that way. It's different. So, but it's a street festival. It is a street festival, Martelle.
Yeah, we went shopping this weekend specifically for clothes to wear during pumpkin show. I'm not even kidding. Oh. She didn't say that these are for pumpkin show, but I knew when she was shopping, like, these are.
But she bought a beanie that's shaped like a pumpkin, and she bought a shirt that says, "This shirt's for pumpkin show specifically."
Yeah, and we've always bought Lincoln a shirt at pumpkin show, like this year pumpkin show 2018 last year, and then we buy those glass pumpkins. Like, we have different traditions for pumpkin show. It's more than just a week for us. You know, it's like a tradition. I took 3 days off work this week for pumpkin show. Like, it's a big deal.
I took Friday off work. You know why? Because I want to be able to breathe. If you try to drive the pumpkin show after work on Friday, you will sit in traffic for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Fair warning, if you're planning on coming down Friday or Saturday, leave early.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the side roads, because they're clogged too, because at this point, everybody knows every route into town.
Yeah. It's almost best for you, like, to park outside of town and then walk there in the morning.
Well, I got a pass.
Your car. Oh,
so
that's nice.
I can get in and out of my spot, but I just took Friday off. I figured Wednesday and Thursday I should be okay to get home from work. And I just took Friday off. It's going to be a mess.
It is.
I do like people. I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. But I also like my home to be peaceful. It's like my safety, my safe haven. I need my safe space to cry in when I get offended. And I don't want everybody to see me. But, yeah, like, we're on the first floor. We've got, you can walk right down our house. It passes a bedroom window, a family room window, and a kitchen window. You know, and it's just like, that's too close.
Makes you a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
Don't walk around naked. I figure if I do, it'll keep more people away. Or at least get me on the news.
No. You get those chubby chasers. They'll come around. They'll start.
Chubby chasers?
Yeah.
I told you not to call Beth that anymore.
Well, it happens.
So I got some facts about Pumpkin Show I looked up that you all may not have known. So,
no, I think Aaron knows all the facts about Pumpkin Show.
Well, I think Joanna does. Yeah.
Yeah, Joanna actually grew up in Circleville from 3rd grade on. So she was actually...
Oh, so she's like seeped in it.
Yeah, she was Circleville's nomination for Miss Pumpkin Show. Like, she was in the
last year.
No, 2007.
Because she still looks young. You both look young.
Yeah, turned 30, but yeah.
But you still look 12.
I am young. Yeah.
You got a baby face. Grow a beard.
I do. I can't. I've tried.
When's the last time you shaved?
I actually shaved this morning.
Okay.
Because it was pastor appreciation at church, and I'm a youth pastor, so I thought I should look presentable.
No 5 o'clock shadow?
But, no.
Our pastor tried to rap Amazing Grace this morning at church.
Good for him.
To prove a point that you shouldn't get tied up over music. Well, no, he can't do it, but I think it's because everybody's white.
It's awkward.
But it was actually a really good point he made. But
what was his point?
Well, he was talking about worship and how Amazing Grace was originally written to an Irish drinking tune. You know, and these people get all bunched up in church, the older generation, about, you know, we can't have that kind of music. And he's talking about basically you need to be relevant to teens. So he put a hip-hop beat because 40% of iTunes downloads are either hip-hop, rap, or R&B.
Okay.
Not country, not rock.
Now, most of it's garbage anyway.
Most of it's garbage, yeah. So, yeah, but we're getting sidetracked, which I guess is what we do. But here's some facts about Pumpkin Show. When we moved to Circleville in 95, the population was like 13,000. Now it's like mid-30s, I think.
Yeah.
But
it's because of the Pumpkin Festival.
It's because of the Pumpkin Festival. Says a guy from Lancaster. He went to the Fairfield County Fair and watched the combines wreck into each other.
Damn right it didn't. They cattlemen.
and ate the cattleman burger.
One of them was yours.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was tasty.
See, I got you a cattleman. You didn't get me crap. So
You a cattleman.
the Circleville Pumpkin Show is Ohio's oldest and largest festival, and that's what it actually says on the official
Okay.
Circleville Pumpkin Show fact sheet. The first one, do you know when the first one was?
1919?
1903.
1903.
Now, here's I found online years ago. I was looking through, I think it was like break.com or something, before memes really, at Funny Pictures, when those sites first started coming around. And our manhole covers, look when you're in town.
Yeah, I've seen them. In 2003, they said like bicentennial.
Well, it says 1903 to 2006, 100 a year anniversary.
Right.
And somebody
Jack-o'-lantern.
put that online because obviously 1903 to 2006 is 103 years. But do you know why that was the 100th pumpkin show?
I imagine they had a 3-year break during World War One or two.
Bingo. World War II, I believe. That's not on here. I just knew that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The show covered about 3 city blocks. Today, it's over 8. Well, there's 25, 30 rides, 300 food booths, games, and craft vendors. So, how many people do you think come to Circleville, Podunk, Ohio, where our greatest restaurant is now the new Mark Pie, or Panda Express?
Panda Express.
It's
Moving
like
up.
the newest, moving up. Ballers now. So the fine dining's a Panda Express. How many people do you think come on a regular basis?
Can you make it multiple choice? Give us an A, B, and C.
I could, but then you'd get
You're
it.
not gonna. Oh,
No.
okay.
You can either give me per day or total.
You're not gonna even give us an
So
over under.
The way that
Come on.
this ain't college football podcast. We like screwing people over here. It says the pumpkin show attracts X amount of visitors, which would be so many per day, to a small community. Okay, so the community they're saying has 12,000 people. They come to see giant pumpkins, the world's largest pumpkin pie, parades, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. So
this is during the show, not on,
Just during the
not
show.
on a normal day when the show's not happening.
no, because nobody goes to Circleville when there's no pumpkin show.
Right. That's why
Most of us leave to go work in a different city and then have to come back home.
I would say 70,000
So is that 70? Martelle says 70,000 a day.
a day.
Okay.
I'm gonna go higher because earlier you said there's 100,000 people here, and you didn't want to walk around naked. So I'm gonna try to use your context clues. Say 103
Per day? Mm-hmm. You're way too smart to be on our show. you have elevated the IQ of our podcast. Yeah, it's actually roughly 100,000 per day. 400,000 people will be coming down around my apartment next week.
Beautiful.
And I'm just going to let it all hang out.
Guess who won't be coming down?
You won't be coming down because you go to the Lancaster, the Fairfield County Fair.
That's right.
Watch the tractor pulls and need a cattleman. Yeah.
Isn't that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
last
okay.
week.
Okay.
Yep.
Wednesday was the tractor pull. Thursday was the combine derby.
Wednesday tractor pull, Thursday combine derby. I'd never seen a combine derby, and I watched the video on your Facebook. Maybe we should post it on our page.
Just go to @Martelle on Instagram and watch 2 combines go at it.
At Martelle on Instagram.
Awesome.
You can go there if you want to watch farm equipment fight. Go to @Martelle on Instagram. Give that a like, follow, and share. Like I said, follow.
You can see a truck go choo choo. Watch out.
So the heaviest pumpkin ever, the record was set in 2014. Any guess how heavy it was?
2,500 pounds.
Martelle says 2,500. What about you, Shipe?
Oh no, I know it's heavier than that.
You say it might be heavier?
Heavier? I was thinking lighter. I mean, 2,000 pounds is a ton.
Right.
I don't think it's a ton. I'm going to say 1,250.
Way off. Well, it's between you two. 1,964
Whoa.
pounds is the current record.
Wow, 'cause I was going to go 2 tons.
2 tons?
Whoa!
Well, Lancaster, we have 2-ton pumpkins.
I don't know. I don't live in Lancaster.
So, yeah, the pumpkin pie, that Lindsay's Bakery, you were talking about pumpkin donuts, and there's a pumpkin donut booth, but Lindsay's Bakery year-round does pumpkin donuts. And they have it's like a 12. How big is this pie? A huge pie. It's 6 feet in diameter, weighs 400 pounds, and the recipe is 100 pounds of cooked pumpkin, 40 pounds of sugar, 26 gallons of milk, 15 dozen eggs, and 4 pounds of cornstarch. Blah blah blah. I'm not reading all this.
With a blowtorch.
And they cook it with a blowtorch. They forge it.
There's no way that they have an oven big enough to fit that.
Yeah, I don't know how they cook it.
They fry them, I think.
Under the sun.
I actually saw a
So
Facebook
solar
video. They have like a machine that pops them into this fryer and just drops them in there. It's
The
pretty
pumpkin
neat.
pie?
Oh, I thought you were talking pumpkin.
Oh, the donuts.
No.
Yeah, they fry the
donut.
donut. I'm talking about the 6-foot pumpkin pie. How do you cook
Oh,
that?
they don't cook it. It's raw. They just cook
It's
the
just
outside.
the filling just poured into it.
That's
Yeah.
not a pie. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's not that impressive. Well, I'd still eat it.
No.
Yes, I would.
You would, but I wouldn't.
No,
You will
you'd
eat
be
raw
sick.
pie and you will like it. What do you say? You'll get sick?
Yeah,
Have you
all
ever
the
eaten
raw
cookie dough
eggs.
roll?
Yeah, but
Well, hey, raw eggs and cookie dough.
I know it's different. It just seems different.
They're different
like,
eggs.
The texture in your mouth, like, ugh.
Go on.
That
You
right
know.
there.
Yeah.
You
it'd be
agree?
Nasty.
I won't eat that.
You have a problem with the texture in your mouth?
That's right.
That's okay. That's the mountain we're standing
I
on.
like meat in my mouth.
You like meat in your mouth?
I like nuts in my mouth. I don't
Meat
like,
and nuts only.
I don't like texture in my mouth.
You don't like texture in your mouth. All right, we're going to move on before... man, I'm glad you don't have a mic today. So there are approximately 23,000 pumpkin pies and over 100,000 pumpkin donuts sold by Lindsay's Bakery during the 4-day show.
Good for them.
100,000 donuts.
Capitalism. Love it.
Yeah, I mean that's all. They had the world record. This is funny. They did the world record for the largest pumpkin pie one year, and it was like 20 feet across or something. And the next year, somebody in China broke it, and they said, "Screw that!" And they made a bigger one the next year. They're like, "We are keeping this record,"
Yeah.
because they like shut down half of Main Street for
Right.
it.
It belongs at Pumpkin Show. The
Right.
record. I was bummed to
Can't let
see.
the Chinese win.
Right.
Right?
It's
Who eats
America.
pumpkins? It might not even been China. It could have been Czechoslovakia for all I know, but it was overseas.
Somewhere
Yeah,
not in America.
It was the Russians.
Pumpkin pie belongs to the pumpkin show.
Right.
Yeah. I was bummed to see that Circleville doesn't have the record for the largest pumpkin. It's somewhere else. You'd think the Pumpkin Show would have the record for the largest pumpkin, but it doesn't.
Oh, really? So our record's just for the largest at pumpkin show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there might be a 2-ton pumpkin somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I would think that just comes down to geographical bullshit.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just harvesting.
It's whoever's
and
got the best-
soil and everything else. That
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the best cocaine to
poppy
inject it
seeds
with.
and everything else
Right.
and lead.
Peyote.
Lead.
Best-
They put lead in the walls.
You know what I think they should bring? Pumpkin chunking.
Oh, yeah.
Go outside of town in one of those farm fields where those
Do
guys
it.
bring those giant trebuchets and air cannons.
Yeah. And
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
launch them. See how far they can shoot them?
yeah.
That's what we need to add. Or we could shoot them into town from outside of town.
to start chasing people. out.
And yeah, then I won't have so many people.
Clear
on-
traffic.
Right. People start dying by. That's how I'm going to go. Hit in the head with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
We can arrange
that was shot 2 miles away.
We can arrange that out back. We don't have to go 2 miles away for it.
Let's do it.
What are you going to do that's going to launch a pumpkin that hard?
I will just drop it off the roof.
Nick,
Drop
like
it off the roof?
giant slingshots. You could do something like
I
that.
got a tiny slingshot in my room. I'll just have
Pumpkin,
it.
shooting pumpkin seeds at me with a slingshot.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing. Oh, man. There are 35 bus tours that stop. Blah, blah, blah. Since there are no tickets or gates, it's hard to determine the crowd. But it requires 9,000 persons to line the parade route, one person deep.
Wow.
Wow. So, yeah, there's a lot of... Okay. Here's how rurally we are. The Pumpkin Show is so popular, it has its own song.
Oh.
Care to guess what the name of that is?
Hang on, Sloopy.
No, it's not Hang on Sloopy. Go Bucks. Go
I don't
Bucks,
know.
#1 team in the nation.
Everything.
Tim Jones.
Hang on, Sloopy.
The Pumpkin Show has a song. You've heard it.
Have
Your
I?
wife's probably sang it.
Probably.
The Pumpkin Show is the title of it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, the Pumpkin
original.
Show, the Pumpkin Show.
Oh.
Let's all go to the Pumpkin Show. The something, come get AIDS. It's I don't know the lyrics, but
Did you say come get AIDS?
Just
no,
went dark.
I didn't say that. Go home before dark, because that's when the carnies play. Man, we could do a horror movie based on this place. And the whole premise is that you don't get stabbed, you just contract AIDS and slowly die. Way scarier, by the way.
There's a cure to AIDS now. You don't die from AIDS anymore.
Yeah, Magic Johnson has it.
Whatever it is.
Way too smart for this podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
that's definitely not true. No, I just listened to a lot of podcasts, and that was on someone's podcast, that people actually go out and try to get AIDS so that they don't, so that they just know
like
where
get a
they
flu
got
shot?
it from. Yeah.
You get an AIDS shot and at least I don't have to worry about it now.
Yeah. Then you can get a cure. And
do you remember when
go.
you first found out Magic Johnson had AIDS? Because I was I was young. It's like middle school and everybody was joking about it. None of us knew what it was. But the biggest thing was oh my gosh, I'm going to contract it. If I ever meet Magic Johnson or touch a basketball again or wear his jersey I bought at Walmart, I will contract the AIDS.
The AIDS.
But yeah, no, so I'm if you're coming to Pumpkin Show, don't come see me. That's basically all I want to say. We only have one toilet. You can't use it because it's not working right now. It was funny because my cousin has a booth on Main Street.
I will post Randy's address.
You don't know my address.
I can find it.
I had somebody actually try to find my address and info me because I was like, you won't find it. So he private messaged me 3 different addresses. None of them are where we currently live. It doesn't say my... Maybe I shouldn't say any of this. I'll tell you guys off.
Do you want me to... I can give a general location. And then
no, I
people
don't
just
want
start
anybody
knocking.
to know.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely not. Enough people know.
It's the Blue Duplex on Main Street.
Blue Duplex on Main Street. Come see me. So, the thing is, I told Beth, when we lived in Logan, it was far. It wasn't convenient. You couldn't swing by mom and dad's on the way home like we can now. But nobody swung by our house either. People would say, hey, are you there? Because I'm not going to drive 45 minutes or an hour and a half to the Hocking Hills if you're not home. Now, people have come seen the baby, brought over meals, all really nice stuff. And I'm I'm going to be sitting there trying to sit free balling in some gym shorts watching football or something on Thursday night, and people are going to be pounding on my door. And I'm going to have to put a shirt on, one that covers the nipples, and be cordial. Yeah, with no nip cutout. I only have 3 of those, by the way. This is one of them. But yeah, no, I'm kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. I'm definitely not a Joanna type. Joanna is, we were talking about her, she's one of the most bright spirits and lovely people, just fun loving.
Absolutely.
Shipe is very laid back, humble, doesn't get mad. That's fine. The minute somebody bumps into me, I go from 0 to 100. I'm like, do you want to fight? Yes, and it's bad. I try not to be that way, but when I walk through a crowd, if somebody cuts in front of me in line at Walmart, I will audibly say something very loudly so everybody knows I was wrong sometimes, and it's something I've worked on over the years.
I kind of live by a principle. And I once you lose control, you lose. So I always try to keep an even keel. But there is one. Speaking of people jumping in line, I guess Joanna was telling me she was in line at McDonald's, and sometimes the line at Circleville McDonald's can go out to the road. Yeah, it's bad. And so she was waiting in line from the road, and this black truck came around and cut in front of her right before she was about to order. Put his nose in and then
just jump the whole line?
Jumped the whole line right in front of her, put his nose in so no one, and then just went. And I would have lost my cool then.
I would have too. We have way too many black trucks coming into Circleville. And they
But
in that situation, that's the joy of driving a beater truck. I will just let them hit me because I guarantee you whatever everybody else is driving is worth far more than what I'm driving. I actually shared a meme that said, you want a road rage? I drive an $800 car.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I love when somebody driving a $40,000 new vehicle wants to road rage because I drive an $800 car and I'll kill us both. Yeah, I just don't care. Yeah. No, I honestly, I guess I should kind of step back because I say things on here and I type online a lot, and I've actually been told people are like, you get angry so easily. I have fun on the podcast. I have fun online. I really don't get that upset. Yeah, people don't understand when I say stuff on here, I do it to get a laugh or a reaction. I'm not really mad. If
Yeah.
somebody bumps into me, my first reaction isn't swinging. It's excuse me. I usually say, oh, my bad, or
Sure.
you're good. But it's just, I was just thinking this week, I almost got blocked online again. Yeah, I reply to people and I try to get people to laugh. Now, when I say people to laugh, that doesn't necessarily mean the person I'm replying to. Okay. So somebody posted something. I replied. They said that I was crying and needed a safe space and assumed I was a Democrat, which I'm not a Democrat. I'm also not a Republican. I try to vote for the best candidate. And they said, well, who's your president? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, Trump's my president. I didn't vote for Trump, but he got voted in. And we talked about this before.
Yeah,
He's my president. I pray for him. I back him. Whether I like it or hate it, that's the team I'm on. He's our coach, right? He could be Urban Meyer or he could be Lane Kiffin. That's one thing. They cover Lane Kiffin every time on their podcast. And I was like, quit covering, nobody cares. But the last one, I found myself laughing when you guys were talking about Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Tim's coverage of Lane Kiffin is very humorous to me.
Yeah.
It's somebody I never cared about. I've stopped thinking about him. Mm-hmm. And
That's why he's there. I think Charlie Weiss might be next year.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm not as angry of a person as the reality is I want to be angry, but I'm too lazy. I've gotten mad at people before that have, road rage or whatever. And it gets to the point where I keep saying, you just drive, but they won't go away. Like you'll slow down or you'll try to turn or just de-escalate. Mm-hmm. De-escalate.
There you go.
And I'm glad we got you on. You're so smart. So do what?
Not smart.
It's a big black truck.
Big black truck, right? Big old black truck. The Escalades. So when I try to de-escalate and get rid of the road raging against me, and they won't leave me alone, I get to the point, and then I told Beth one time, I was like, you know what? I'm just too tired to even fight. If I have to, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't get that mad. So and I know a couple guys will be listening that have been like, oh, I got you all riled up. You really don't, because usually I'm too tired to care. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not tired, I'm too lazy to care anymore.
Yeah.
Period. I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more like that the older I get. When I get home at night and Joanna even wants to talk about, she wants to move into a new house and she wants to talk about stuff like that. I'm like, let's wait. Let's do it later.
You just moved a year ago.
Yeah, we did in May.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wants to move again, but basically because she's pregnant again. And
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No,
I put it on
congrats.
Facebook.
I don't scroll on Facebook.
Terrible.
I post stuff to Facebook a lot, but I don't read a lot.
Oh.
If it happens to pop up,
Yeah.
or if I'm bored waiting on Martelle trying to fix a laptop and I'm
Sure.
scrolling, I'll see it. But yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, 15
bad.
weeks.
Wow,
but
congrats.
yeah, she wants to stay home. So if we can downsize,
That's what Beth did. Yeah,
to
she's
where
stay-at-home
she
mom.
can stay home. Yeah, but
Smartest thing you can do is downsize as small as possible.
yeah,
Have a stay-at-home mom and be debt-free.
yeah,
So you know who's raising your kids, and you're not paying for space you don't need.
right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because we only use like 2 or 3 rooms in the house the way it is. Like,
Right.
I mean, who needs the
Really,
big
all
stuff?
you need is a bathroom and a kitchen.
Get a tiny home.
Tiny home. There you go.
300 square feet.
Check out Resilient Shelter Group on Instagram. They build tiny homes.
Yeah. So you were talking about I am not getting angry.
If you're going to use the mic, use it.
No, shut up. I am perpetually irritated.
You're always angry.
I am not angry. I'm just irritated constantly.
Fair.
I have a medical reason.
You don't smoke pot?
Well, there's maybe.
I bet if you smoke pot, you wouldn't be so irritable.
Maybe. I don't know. We can try it someday. But
Yeah, I don't smoke pot.
the whole
Let's see what it's all about, right?
the whole the whole hyperthyroidism and all that bullshit is just wreaks havoc on.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I might have it. I don't know.
No, well, you may, I don't know.
I might have a lot of things.
It's missing half of a thyroid and then having to medically compensate for that missing half really throws off the cold sensitivity thing that I'm always bitching about.
Oh, yeah, you're so angry. Your post today, I wanted so hard to
Your
post
opinion
on
is
that.
invalid no matter what you say.
You put that for me, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
He literally put a disclaimer at the end after complaining about how it's so cold.
I didn't complain about how cold it was. I said I said winter's officially here. It's in the 50s. Winter's officially here.
We're still in flip-flop weather.
Your opinion is invalid.
No, we're still in flip-flop weather.
No, we're not.
I was outside working in shorts and a t-shirt last night.
We were in boots, jeans.
Just because you like wearing...
We're in layer weather at this point,
look.
and it is not conducive to my shorts and sandal with
Well,
tank
if you
tops
wear
and
shorts that
t-shirts.
go down past your testicles, maybe you'd be a little warmer.
Hey, my testicles like the warm weather also.
Plus, you're old and they're hanging low now.
Yeah, well...
Just because you like wearing
when you
Uggs and your jeggings doesn't mean it's winter.
Hey, guess what the name of this show's going to be? PSL. Pumpkin Show Latte.
Pumpkin Show Latte.
That's good.
And you better come out and be in Uggs and jeggings.
I am not.
With your unicorn head on.
No, I don't even have the unicorn head. I borrowed that from a neighbor. Just
your
for
carny neighbor.
Halloween. No, not the carny neighbor.
Yeah, so, before I forget and we run out of time, Shipe, I learned something about you today I never knew, and I want to ask if it's true.
Okay.
Because some of the folks at our church on our worship team went to college with you.
Okay. Who?
And this one came from one Miss Candy.
Candy Baker? Oh, no. Not Baker anymore.
Right, and I can't think of their name. Candy and Ryan... Jeez, what's their name? Anyway, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Married to Ryan. Is it Holbrook?
Holbrook.
Okay,
Yep.
There we go. She claims, and I said I would ask you about it.
Okay.
That you once got kicked out of a college class.
I did. Yeah.
Because you smiled too much.
No, I was being a jerk. I don't remember why. But, yeah. Man, why was that?
Basically, I got the short story that because you smile like all the time.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know if I've ever. You're welcome.
No,
nobody's ever told me.
Smiling's my favorite.
I literally, you're like I feel like I could kick you right in the shin and you'd laugh and be like, "Why'd you do that?" And be smiling
Right.
through it. Like I've never seen you not smiling ever. And she said one time you're smiling, the professor got mad and thought you were like up to something devious.
Yeah.
And then you kept smiling because you thought it was funny, and they kicked you out.
Yeah, I wasn't very nice in that class. In a previous week, the class was packed. There was seats around the edges, and everybody was packed in. And one day I came in late, and I was like, "Oh man, there's a seat, prime seating, second row." And so I went and I sat. And then somebody came in and said, "That's my seat." I was going to the bathroom, and I said, "Sorry." so
they didn't have nothing there.
No, as far as I could tell, it was empty.
It was an empty seat.
Yeah,
What?
but after after sitting there for a while, there was a bag beside the seat, like along the table. I wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Like I was stuck in my position, and so the person was standing there getting pretty upset. And I think it was me getting kicked out, I think, was residual from that because I was being a big jerk. And so in the next week, I think he made it in a
So you're OJ. You got away with the murder, but then years later you got caught stealing.
Something
or
like
trying to rob someone.
Yeah.
He said, yes, something like that.
Something
almost like OJ.
Not quite.
Not quite the same, but almost. Yeah, no, I told her, I was like, I could see that because he does smile a lot, but that's way funnier than I thought. That's my seat. My bag's here. Sorry.
Nope. No, I'm moving. Yeah.
I like the fact that you said prime seating, second row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My prime seating is in the back.
Wait,
No, Shipe sees it like a sporting event or a concert. He wants to be up front. Mm-hmm. Not me. Yeah. I just didn't go to class. That was my problem. People took my seat because I was never in it. Right. Plus, I went to DeVry, so it didn't really count. It was still the Institute of Technology at the time.
I went to Ohio Christian University.
Yeah, at least it said university in the name.
Yeah, but it was like the DeVry of universities. Like it wasn't. It was. I mean, it's not.
It's Christian DeVry.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a small college, which is growing tremendously.
It is.
They're about to add a new sports complex.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
A new thing. Starbucks is coming to campus. Mm-hmm. So, right. Martelle's making friendly gestures to us, and And now Shipe's getting to see when I explain things like this exactly what they are. He's gonna run home and Jana's gonna say, "How'd it go?" I'm never going back.
No.
But yeah, was this what you expected? On the way out, he was like, so what do you guys like? How do you do this? I was like, I don't know. Like, we kind of have a topic and see where it goes.
No, you described it I remember one time you described it as the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Yeah,
where you just kind of pick a topic and go with it. So.
You hit the hot topics. Yeah. It's whatever's going on in our lives at the time.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about college football. I thought, we're right in the middle of the season. We can start assessing teams.
Yep.
We're bringing on a guy that breaks down teams on his podcast. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about college football. And Shipe's like, yeah, let's not talk about college football. It's like, all right.
Well, I'm going to be talking to you about college
That's
football.
True.
You're coming on the Tim and Shipe Show next week.
Is it next week?
Yeah.
You're going to have to remind me.
It's just
after
Monday
Purdue, right?
after Purdue.
Monday after Purdue.
Because I can see Purdue upsetting Ohio State.
Don't say that.
I can see it.
If it happens, I'm going to show up Monday night and punch you.
Yeah.
Well, you jinxes it. And you'll smile and say, sorry.
Yeah. I kind of predicted the West Virginia losing this last week, but I didn't tell anybody, so I can't claim it, even though I just did. But in my head.
And I also picked out the winning lottery numbers, but I didn't buy the ticket. So
but no, when I saw West Virginia, Iowa State, they did a promo for it during the Ohio State game because it was on the same network.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I could see Iowa State upsetting West Virginia this week.
And they did.
And
they looked good doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched a good bit of that game.
Yeah, so did I. Well, I tuned in when I saw West Virginia was down. But, yeah, they dominated in every aspect.
So all I'll ask you then regarding college football, so we don't get too deep into it.
Sure.
And this will air after your episode this week, so it'll be okay.
Okay.
Not that a lot of your fans are going to come over and listen to us.
They're going to.
They are. All the ones from, where'd you say over? Germany.
We got Germany, Oregon,
Shout out to Germany and Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have listeners from the UK, Ireland, and Sweden. So maybe we'll pick up Germany and Oregon too.
There you go.
Who are your top 4 after 7 upsets yesterday in the top 25? Who's your top 4 now?
Same as last week, actually, because none of my teams lost. I have Bama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Clemson.
Yeah. And Tim had Bama, Georgia.
Did he have Georgia? No.
Or was it? I'm trying to remember. I know he had Bama. He had Ohio State at 4. Had West
3.
Virginia.
He had Ohio State at 3.
Okay, where's West Virginia?
I think he had
4?
Clemson at 2, West Virginia
okay.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and West Virginia lost, and he's been on the Greer train
Mm-hmm.
all season.
No more.
So I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to talk trash because I want you guys to do your show.
Okay.
And I want Tim to not hate me. But yeah, it was a crazy day for college football yesterday. So we are in, not winter, as Martelle says, we are in the prime time of fall, right smack dab in the
We're
middle.
in the thick of it. Yep.
Pumpkin show's coming. Leaves are going to start falling.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's it.
2 seasons, winter and summer.
Summer and gray.
I love the weather
Gray.
right now, and it is very dreary and overcast. It was raining this morning. It's very cool out.
9 months of gray. We're in 9 months of gray.
I like it. Is that weird?
There's no sun.
It's there.
No.
Yeah, it's like my abs. They're hidden. You know it's there because it works, so we get light
Just
from it.
because the Earth rotated around on a 12-hour interval and it's daylight doesn't mean the sun is out.
I didn't say the sun's out. I said it's there.
It's not shining on my lily white ass, and I'm not getting a tan.
So that's also like the sun. It's there, but it's not out.
No.
Wait, why would you get a tan on your butt?
You don't need to know what I do on my deck.
That's why you put the railing up, so you can hang towels, and I feel
Privacy.
really bad for your kids. Hey, Dad, can I have it? Never mind. So, yeah, no, I love fall. Fall's my
too.
favorite time of year. Football,
October's the best month of the year.
yeah.
Changed my mind.
I'm not going to because I agree with you. June's when I was born, and I hate June because it's hot and I'm fat.
Think about in fall you have football, preseason NBA, hockey's kicking off.
Baseball.
Baseball,
I mean,
you still have it's playoff time in the
Right.
in baseball. I mean, pumpkin show. Fall's the best time of the year.
I agree.
June 21st is the first
Mart-
day of summer. June 22nd is no panties day.
If you're going to hear Martelle said, June 21's first day of summer, June 22nd is no panty day,
And that's my
which he
birthday.
knows because that's his birthday. Mine's the 18th. So we're both born. We're both Geminis. When were you born? When's your birthday?
June 18th, also a Gemini.
I'm a Cancer.
Wait, I seem to remember us talking about that years ago. We have
think
the
so.
same birthday.
You're June 18th?
Yeah, but I'm 35. 5 years older than you. June 18th, though.
Yeah,
Weird.
that is weird.
And you're June 22nd, and you're a miserable old man.
I'm a Cancer.
You're a Cancer. That explains so much. Oh, that's why you're a Cancer. Maybe one day we'll have a cure to that. I think they already have a cure to cancer. They just aren't giving it to us.
You think so?
I think so.
Are
That's
you a conspiracy
thing.
theorist?
No, I'm not. I act like I am a lot.
Yeah.
Funny story. When we did our
Episodes on it.
we did our episodes on conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
In the 9/11 one, I watched videos that were like way out there.
Yeah.
Like supposedly these people made cell phone calls from a traveling airplane moving so many 100 miles an hour, and I just started. I like play devil's advocate.
Me too.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I always like to ask what if, even if that what if is ridiculous. But I'm like, let's talk about it. And I had people that are like, do you really believe some of the stuff you say? I'm like, I don't want to say I believe it. I'm just saying there are discussions happening.
Sure.
Let's investigate. So I do think that big food and big pharmaceuticals are in cahoots. I believe, I read an interview somewhere a doctor did that he basically retired because he was so tired of being so immoral. Because he said in there, he wouldn't list his name, but he said, I make more money keeping you coming back to me than curing you.
Yeah.
So if he cures somebody right off, he's done with them. He gets his whatever cut, which is ridiculous in this country, no matter what it is. But if they're sick, but he keeps them alive
Yeah.
through medication or whatever, he gets paid for life until they die.
See, I didn't even
does.
think that was a conspiracy theory anymore. I thought that was
don't-
just common
That's
knowledge.
just-
Yeah.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
It really does. And I tend to see a lot of it, almost some of it, I shouldn't say a lot. I'm noticing a trend that some conspiracy theories or theorists line up on either side. You know, either you're ridiculous, that never happens, or it does.
Yeah.
They tend to align with certain political parties. I'm not going to say which ones.
Sure.
But pay attention to that. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist. I am to an extent, but there are two that I think are more believable than others. The first one being
Bigfoot and Nessie.
no. 9/11 and landing on the moon. If I'm going to believe any conspiracy theory,
We discussed both those.
did you? I'm going to believe those two.
Yeah, you have to listen back to it's one of the first few podcasts we did was on
Okay.
conspiracy theories.
Okay.
So listen to those and give your input. We might talk about it some other time. But yeah, we're getting ready to wrap this one up. So be sure to check out, who'd all we mentioned? Resilient Shelter Group on Instagram. Virgil Kaine, which Martelle has basically just been doing nothing because he's fat and lazy and sitting over there enjoying. And he looks down as I wear this chair. I'm calling Martelle fat, who goes to the gym almost every day of the week. So the Tim and Shipe Show, though, to go check them out. If you like college football at all, if you're a Buckeye fan, a Gator fan, I actually have a lot of family down in Gainesville that are big Buckeye fans.
Nice.
So
them check it
they're
out.
seeped in it. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll share the links. We will share it on our Facebook and everything. But check them out. Give them a listen. Listen back through the episodes because I think this is the first year you've done it.
Yep.
And I think
Season
you guys
1.
are starting to really find your rhythm.
Yeah.
Because this last episode, aside, not just because Tim called me out
Right.
on my comments, but it was really entertaining. It was educational. It was funny. And it's very interesting to see the takes from somebody who is, obviously we're surrounded by Buckeye fans.
Right.
So to get Tim's take, who is of the rest of the country, it's like basically anti-Ohio State.
Yeah.
So I like the two different voices coming in. It's not just a bland show. So check them out, everybody. Shipe, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, guys. If you a little plug here, give us a like and a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Tim and Shipe at all three of those places. Yeah, and we talk all college football, everything college football, and we like interacting with our fans. So email us, collegefootballpod@timandshipe.com, and we'll read your emails on the air, read your Twitter comments like we did with Randy. But, yeah, we want to interact and talk with you guys. So give us a like, follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Tim and Shipe.
There you go. And there you have it. And I'm going to close it out since... Oh, we're giving Martelle a mic. Dang it. Usually he does the intro and outro, and I was just going to tell him to shut up and end it there.
Not today.
Like, it's not your show. It's like I'm trying to replace Martelle. Like, we joke about you replace me, but the problem is you own all the gear pretty much.
Yeah, I know.
In the house that we record in. Like, I'm replacing you. See you next week. Get this fixed.
Working on it. We'll have our laptop back on Monday. Tuesday.
Yes.
So we'll have all of our original gear back. It'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So, thanks for listening. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Buckhorn Podcast. You can check me out at Martelle on Instagram and Twitter, and aka Martelle on Facebook. You can check Randy out. It doesn't matter. Fuck you, Randy.
No, thank you. I do appreciate the offer.
You can check him out.
I've been pretty much screwed over every which way but loose today by everything else.
Randy needs his toilet fixed.
I do need that's imperative. I'm sitting here. I can walk in my front door and eat the greasiest food, but I have nowhere to get rid of all that food after it's digested.
There's going to be porta-johns all over the PSL.
Our whole town's going to smell. The whole town's going to smell like pumpkin spice porta-john.
You'll be fine. Oh. Where are you at on Instagram and the Twitters and the Facebooks?
I'm not on the tweeters. I tried
matter.
tweeting once, and somebody got me with the Bofa joke when it first came out, and I was like, you know what? Screw Twitter. So they asked me if I'd ever tried Bofa meat when I was on Fat Guys in the Woods. I was like, no, I'm not from Arizona. Is it something local? And they're like, why don't you try Bofa D's nuts? And I just went, all right, I'm deleting Twitter. And I haven't been on since. It was like 3 years ago, whenever it aired. So I'm on Instagram at Chieftain Forge. That's where I do my amateur blacksmithing stuff and whatever. And then I'm on Facebook, but don't at me.
All right. Great.
Don't come see me at Pumpkin Show either. Stay away.
Stop by the blue duplex with the white lattice. That's where Randy lives.
Look for the naked guy in the window. Picture Santa just with a black beard and no suit on.
And curly hair.
Yeah, my hair's all kinds of curly.
For Aaron and Randy, I'm Martelle, and we are out.
Peace.